Black is like the magic's like a spell. My brothers went to heaven, the police going to, yeah, they're going to. Hello, operator, emergency hotline. If I say that I can't breathe, will I become a child? Line up to see the movie, line up to see the act. The officers are scheming to cover up their Ask me no more questions, tell me no more lies. You're serving and protecting is stealing babies' lives. I'm very black, black, black. Can't send me back, back, back. You take my brother, brother, brother.
Welcome to the Civil Rights Law Section Awards, the Civies. We are excited to share this hour with you and honor those who inspire us on our paths of liberation and justice. Of course, we'd rather be together in person, but we are here in our homes with our families, celebrating this vibrant community of leaders and thinkers. The Civil Rights Law section of the WSBA recognizes individuals or organizations who have made notable contributions to the cause of civil rights. Recipients are persons or entities who regularly fight on local or state governmental levels, this year even national and international levels, for the expansion or defense of civil rights protections, and who advocate on behalf of people or issues concerning basic human rights. In these incredibly profound dark times, the Executive Committee decided to direct its energy toward organizing a celebration to remind us that despite the challenges we are facing, we will not stop moving forward. And we do this by honoring and naming our mentors, friends, colleagues, those who challenge us and inspire us. We move forward by becoming mentors ourselves and acknowledging the various models and strategies of creating a more just and humane world through community empowerment, through litigation, through organizing, through research, even through music. This evening, Naomi Wachira will serenade us from her home in Kenya, or her mother's home in Kenya. Naomi Wachira is an Afro-folk singer-songwriter based in Seattle, born in Kenya, whose contribution in the world is offering music that is poignant, hopeful, and life-giving. So let's get this party started. Grab your favorite beverage of choice, food of choice, and settle in. We are going to honor this year and last year's Distinguished Service Award, Keeper of the Flame Award, and the Francis B. North Civic Leader Award. The Civic Leader Award was renamed to honor Francis B. North. She was a dear friend of mine and an incredible civic leader for half a century or more in the Seattle area. We renamed this award to honor her life and her role in uniting the business sector, public schools, and city government to end segregation. Frances North was the first African-American woman allowed to work on the sales floor of Nordstrom, which was then Best's, and also the first Black woman to own a home in Madison Valley in Seattle. Frances brought friends, relations, and colleagues of diverse economic, cultural, religious, and ancestral backgrounds together to fight for civil rights and celebrate in style. We honor those who carry her spirit and fortitude with this award.
The Francis B. North Civic Leader Award recipients are attorneys, individuals, or organizations that represent or advocate on behalf of people or legal issues regarding civil rights, civil liberties, or basic human rights such as freedom from discrimination or protection from abuse. Recent recipients were Washington United for Marriage, Kathleen Taylor, Executive Director of the ACLU of Washington, and a joint award to community activists Bob Santos and Larry Gossett. It is my honor to present the 2019 Francis B. North Civic Leader Award to Reverend Harriet Walden, who in 1990 co-founded Mothers for Police Accountability. She has been appointed to and has served on numerous task forces and commissions that involve efforts to improve and heal community police relations and to achieve greater transparency and accountability in the criminal justice system. Reverend Walden has served as co-chair of the Seattle Community Police Commission since its beginning in 2013 to the present. She was a presenter at the 2017 Civil Rights Law Section's CLE, A Look at Police and People of Color, Racial Progress, or a Deepening Racial Divide. Reverend Walden would tell you that her commitment to her community through service is driven by what she calls her authentic love of being Black in America. Colleagues, I present the Washington State Bar Association Civil Rights Law Section's 2019 Francis B. North Civic Leader Award to Reverend Harriet Walden. Distinguished Service Award recipients are legal professionals who have demonstrated in their career regular work for the expansion or defense of civil rights protections. This is at the local, state, or national level. Recent recipients were Judge Charles V. Johnson, Lem Howell, and Michelle Storms. It is my honor to present the 2020 Distinguished Service Award to Ron Ward. Ron was admitted to the State Bar of California in 1977 and the Washington State Bar in 1979. He was elected 2004-2005 president of the Washington State Bar Association, the first African American and first person of color to serve as WSBA president in the association's 114-year history. Mr. Ward successfully founded and put into action the Washington Leadership Institute, which now serves as a developmental program for young lawyers seeking leadership positions. The WLI pays particular attention to diverse groups of lawyers that would otherwise be traditionally underrepresented. He has been a tireless and eloquent statewide and national advocate for the preservation of the independence of the judiciary and for access to justice for disadvantaged citizens. He is a member of the Advisory Council of the Washington Equal Justice Coalition for the support of legal services to deprived citizens. Mr. Ward has received numerous awards, including the Washington State Bar Association Award of Merit, WSBA's highest honor, and the Washington State Bar Association Excellence in Diversity Award. When there were complaints of excessive use of force on people of color to the United States Department of Justice, the City of Seattle in July 2012 entered into a consent decree to eliminate unconstitutional policing. The consent decree calls for the federal court to appoint a monitor charged with monitoring the progress of the police department in achieving compliance and to certify whether SBD has reached full and effective compliance with the consent decree. The monitor assembled a highly experienced and diverse team of individuals to work with and support him, and Ron Ward was assistant monitor of the consent decree. And in that capacity, Ron was a presenter at the 2017 Civil Rights Law Section CLE, A Look at Police and People of Color, Racial Progress or Deepening Racial Divide. Ron lives by the credo, I want to make a difference. Colleagues, I present the Washington State Bar Association Civil Rights Law Section's 2020 Distinguished Service Award to Ron Ward.
Hello, my name is Nemu Washira, and I'm an Afro-folk singer-songwriter coming to you from Kenya, where I'm staying with my mother for a little bit. And I'm so honored to be here today to celebrate members of our community who are doing great work in the fight for justice, in the fight for equality, in the fight for a better society for all of us. And in honor of Francis B. North, we would like to honor Reverend Harriet Walden and Ron Ward for their work in police accountability and Black Lives Matter. And I would love to sing these three songs to you as a way to celebrate you, as a way to thank you, as a way to honor you for your work. And I'll start out with this song called Beautifully Human, a song that celebrates the beauty of the human diversity, because I'm a big believer that no matter who you are, where you come from, that we're all beautifully human.
We are meant to be. No, we are not accidents. No, we are not. We are not the sons and daughters of the damned. So don't treat us like we are cursed race. Don't treat us like we are cursed race. We are human. We are human too. And I know I know that I am. Now I wish we didn't have to prove our worth, and the world could finally see us as equals. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we are not accidents. No, we are not. We are not the sons and daughters of the damned. So don't treat us like we are a cursed race. Don't treat us like we are a cursed race. We are human. We are human too. And I know that I am. 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 Don't make me prove why I should be where I belong, where I deserve to be. I deserve to be. Don't make me prove why I should be where I belong, where I deserve to be. I deserve, and I know that I am. I know that I am. can't hear, who can't see, who's never had a free mind. So vision you wanna wear the brown or white or any other color. Beautifully human, beautiful, beautiful, beautifully human, beautiful, beautifully human, beautiful, beautiful, beautifully human, beautiful, beautifully human, beautiful, beautiful, beautifully human, beautiful. We're beautiful.
This next song is a song called Moradimo, which in Kikuyu means may you be blessed. This is a song I wrote for my mom and dad, just as a way to thank them and bless them for the work that they've done. And so I sing the song, the same message to you, just as a way to say thank you for your work, and just ask that you would be blessed in everything that you do. So it goes something like this.
Never find the words to thank you. I could never have enough ways to express the way I feel for what you've done, for what you've done. You have been holding on, you have been leaning on. It's you I've been standing on. Moradimo kiondoka, moradimo kirudi. Kai arotega matomake, amo dikererie, amo dikererie. Moradimo kiondoka, moradimo kirudi. Kai arotega matomake, amo dikererie, amo dikererie. This is how, this is how, this is how, this is how I say. This is how, this is how, this is how, this is how I say. Moradimo, oh, moradimo, yeah, yeah. Moradimo, oh, moradimo, yeah. Moradimo, kiondoka, moradimo, kirudi. Kai arotega matomake, amo dikererie, amo dikererie. Moradimo, kiondoka, moradimo, kirudi. Kai arotega matomake, amo dikererie, amo dikererie. This is how, this is how, this is how, this is how I say. This is how, this is how, this is how, this is how I say. Moradimo, moradimo, yeah. Moradimo, moradimo, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, moradimo.
Thank you so much, and may you be blessed in all that you do.
Hi, I'm Shalia Stallings Ala Ilima. I am a member of the Executive Committee for the Civil Rights Law Section, and I am here to introduce the new Keeper of the Flame Award and to present it to its first ever recipient. The Executive Committee created this award as a way to recognize and inspire those who are still in the first half of their careers and who intend to use the legal profession as a way towards social justice and healing. Recipients of this award will be those whose dedication and commitment to civil rights have given section members hope that our future is in good hands. We stand on the shoulders of giants, and we owe it to them and ourselves to make sure that their work continues. This award is a way of accepting the torch and of saying, we will carry forward the flame. To that end, it is my honor to present the inaugural Civil Rights Law Section Keeper of the Flame Award to Sandy Restrepo, co-founder and immigration lawyer for Colectiva Legal del Pueblo. Sandy is a lawyer. She's been a lawyer since 2012, and within the first 5 years of practicing, she had opened Colectiva, and they had represented over 1,000 clients. Colectiva is a non-hierarchical collective organization founded by and for undocumented immigrants, working to build community leadership and power for migrant justice through legal advocacy and education. Sandy represents individuals at all levels of the immigration process, including family-based petitions, deportation defense, naturalization, and non-immigrant visas. Her commitment is to work with immigrant populations individually and collectively in a capacity that empowers and informs them of their rights. I met Sandy as a fellow of the Just Lead Washington Leadership Academy, and since that time I've been able to see what a brilliant and zealous advocate she is. She's earned the trust of community stakeholders, and she has helped empower leaders. Sandy is a backstop for justice, holding institutions accountable, and keeping the flame alive for civil rights. Sandy, thank you for everything you do, and congratulations.
It is my honor to award the 2020 Civil Rights Law Section Francis B. North Civic Leader Award to Maru Mora Villalpando. And in the spirit of Francis, I got dressed up. In the spirit of Maru, I got my boxing gloves on. I'm going to start with a quote from Maru. She is the founder of La Resistencia, and she does her work from the theory of mutual aid. This is a quote from Yes Magazine on July 3rd. Mutual aid comes from a place that aims to change the entire system. We are changing the world we live in by choosing to defend and protect each other. Instead of using our misfortune to move some of us just a bit ahead of the rest. We organize because we know liberation can only come from us. People have joked that the COVID quarantine has felt like being imprisoned. This pandemic is an opportunity to rethink as a society how we treat others. This is our opportunity to end the mass prison system in our country. Now is the time to push the conversations and creation of a society without cages that values human life. We don't want saviors, we want accomplices. We don't want charity, we want radical change. We want a world where no one benefits from other people's suffering and misery. We choose this path, the difficult one, because it's the one that leads to real change and liberation of our people. Maru Mora Villalpando founded La Resistencia, which is an organizing hub that began in 2014 in response to those on hunger strike in the Northwest Detention Center. La Resistencia today is a multiracial, multi-status, multi-gender group that organizes across the prison barrier. Its goal is to shut down the Northwest Detention Center and end all detention and deportation in Washington state.
Maru Villapando's work includes training and organizing lawyers to access and document human rights abuse inside the detention center by gathering direct testimony and supporting the leadership from within of those detained, listening to their needs and their priorities. By leveraging local government, state, and international tribunals to demand the release of those detained, such as organizing a People's Tribunal, filing reports with the Inter-American Court on Human Rights, educating members of Congress, leading peaceful protests outside the detention center and at SeaTac Airport to resist deportation. She remains steadfast and strong in her fight to raise awareness of the inhumane conditions people face with the coronavirus infection rates skyrocketing in detention centers across the country. On August 4th, La Resistencia secured a huge victory when Tacoma City Council passed a resolution to recommend and demand the release of all detained during the pandemic, the duration of the pandemic. I met Maru after I returned from a detention center in Arizona documenting children that were separated from their families, and I knew I wanted to continue the work here. And Maru taught me the term community lawyering. Her work enabled me to begin 2 pro bono cases where I was able to gain the release or get 2 men released from the Northwest Detention Center. We are so thankful for your work, Maru, and we honor and we celebrate you, and we are there with you in solidarity.
We would like to honor Marumora Villalpando and Sandy Restrepo for their work in fighting for justice for immigrant families and Latina empowerment. And I'd love to share these 2 next songs. The first one is a song called Stand Up, which is a song about that I wrote about domestic violence, but really applies to violence in all shapes and forms. Just reminding us to stand up for one another whenever we can, when we find that people are being abused or not being treated well. So this is called Stand Up.
Stand up for your sisters. Stand up for us, please. Don't fight against us. Relationships can be complicated. We all know that, so don't use it as an excuse to say it's your place to set your woman straight. Like you're without sin, should be the first to cast a stone. You say, can't you see, I didn't lay my hands on her face. Isn't she lucky? Isn't she lucky? But then you call her every name in the book. You desecrate the God in her, then proclaim your undying love. My brothers, please stand up for your sisters. Stand up for us, please. Don't fight against us. Let your words be kind. Let your words be full of love. Stop the violence. Stand up for your sisters. My brothers, I know that it's not easy to say what's on your mind. Provide, protect, and guide. But when you don't share that heavy load, it's your woman and your seed who pay the price. My brothers, please stand up for your sisters. Stand up for us, please. Don't fight against us. Let your words be kind. Let your words be full of love. Stop the violence. Stand up for your sisters. If you find yourself in a state of mind and you know if it just walk away, brother, brother, please walk away, brother, please walk away, brother, please walk away, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh. My brothers, please stand up for your sisters, stand up for us, please don't fight against us. Let your words be kind, let your words be full of love, stop the violence, stand up for your sisters. Let your words be kind, let your words be full of love, stop the violence, stand up for your sister.
This next song is a song I wrote a couple years ago that was inspired by a lot of the struggles that a lot of immigrant families go through. And I just wanted to help us imagine ourselves, putting ourselves in their shoes, what it would feel like trying to create a better life for your family, for yourself. And this is a song called What If.
What if we walked a mile in their shoes, assumed a little less, tried to feel what they feel? What if we opened our hearts a little more, asked ourselves, what if this was me? They are just like you and me, trying to find a way to be in this world and live in peace. 'Cause they are just like you and me, trying to find a way to be in this world and live in peace. Is that a crime? What if the story changed today? It's you on the other side. What would you do? How far would you go for the ones you love, to give them the best you can? They are just like you and me, trying to find a way to be in this world and live in peace. 'Cause they are just like you and me, trying to find a way to be in this world and live in peace. Is that a crime? Time to believe that there's enough to go around for everyone that lives. table is large for all of us to sit and feast in this beautiful place. 'Cause we are all in the same place, trying to find a way to be in this world and live in peace. 'Cause we are all in the same place, trying to find a way to be in this world and live in peace. Is that a crime? What if we walked a mile in their shoes, assumed a little less, tried to feel what they feel?
Thank you so much for the work that you do, and I hope that you're blessed in everything that you do. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Fred Diamondstone, and I'm a member of the Washington State Bar's Civil Rights Section Executive Committee. Today, we are giving the Distinguished Service Award for 2019 to both Lila Silverstein and Neil Fox. I want to talk a little bit about Neil, and Jamie Hawk will talk about Lila in a few minutes. Neil has been a stalwart for defending civil rights, especially in the area of both death penalty cases as well as the rights of protesters. We are giving the 2019 Distinguished Service Award jointly to Lila and Neil because of their tremendous work in State versus Gregory. There, as you know, the Washington Supreme Court found that the death penalty, while not per se unconstitutional, was applied in an arbitrary manner and was racially biased in its application. The opinion in Gregory is very instructive as we read it today in the wake of the George Floyd protests. In 2018, our court talked about how African American witnesses and defendants and even lawyers were treated in discriminatory fashions by prosecutors here in Washington State. Neil has not only done tremendous work in the Gregory case, he has also done a lot of work for decades defending the rights of protesters, from WTO to the rights of ILWU strikers and protesters in Cowlitz County to Black Lives Matters protesters here in Seattle over the course of over the course of years. Neil has truly been there. As John Midgley, staff counsel at the ACLU, tells me, Neil has just always been there. He's always stepped up. As the former partner of Neil, Mike Iaria, says, he is relentless. He's also a warm-hearted guy. Neil is this year continuing to support protesters by doing real leadership work with the National Lawyers Guild hotline for protesters on Capitol Hill and Black Lives Matters. And so it is our pleasure to give this 2019 Distinguished Service Award jointly to Neil and Lila Silverstein for their efforts in State versus Gregory. Congratulations, Neil and Lila. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jamie Hawk, and I'm a member of the WSBA Civil Rights Section Executive Committee. It is my distinct honor to present our Distinguished Service Award to Lila Silverstein and Neil Fox. Lila is a gift to our profession. She fights every day to defend and protect our constitutional rights and liberties. As you've heard, her extraordinary advocacy struck down the death penalty in Washington after 6 dedicated years of legal work. Lila and Neil were appointed as appellate counsel to represent Mr. Gregory in 2012. Thinking about racial disparity and how capital punishment was administered in Washington, Lila had the vision to commission a study on race and the death penalty. She brought in UW professors Dr. Catherine Beckett and Heather Evans to conduct the study, both well known for their work examining racial disparity in the criminal legal system. A primary finding of the study was that Black defendants were 4 times more likely than white defendants to be sentenced to death in Washington. Relying on the study, the Supreme Court ruled in a unanimous decision that the death penalty was unconstitutional as applied due to its arbitrary and racially biased application. And reflecting on her work with Lila, Dr. Beckett shared, quote, Lila is a brilliant legal thinker and strategist and never failed to bring all of her best energies to our work together. She respected our separate roles and areas of expertise, but also made sure that she understood at a deep level our analysis and findings. She exemplifies both integrity and excellence and puts those talents in the service of others. End quote. My colleague at the ACLU of Washington, Nancy Tallner, also shared, quote, there is so much that stands out about Lila. She goes above and beyond on every case, and on Gregory, she did much more than that. She has always been brilliant, not just in identifying issues to raise, but creating new theories that didn't exist before, and in presenting facts and legal arguments in creative and compelling ways. She is always phenomenal at oral argument, end quote. Lila's work to eliminate racial disparities expands beyond State v. Gregory to her work in several other cases, to the adoption of General Rule 37 that addresses racial bias and peremptory challenges during jury selection, and to her work as a former member of our ACLU of Washington Legal Committee. As you've heard, Lila is talented, respected, and makes a difference every day. She quietly fights the good fight day in and out, and her work truly bends the arc toward justice. Lila and Neil, thank you for your brilliance, tireless advocacy, and deep commitment to justice and civil rights. Congratulations.
Okay, and now we would like to honor Lila Silverstein and Neil Fox for their work in the criminal justice system and also for helping to abolish the death penalty in Washington State. And I'd like to share these 2 songs with you. This first song is a song called I Know, and it's just all about this tenacity to fight for what is right, to fight for what you know that you have been created to do, to fight for your life, to fight for the lives of others. And so thank you so much for your work, and this is I Know.
Color glass, but I know it's not over. It's not over yet. You see me now in a single frame, and I know it's not over. It's not over yet. So I'll keep on fighting, I'll keep on fighting for us. 'Cause I know what we're meant to be. So I'll keep on fighting, I'll keep on fighting for us. 'Cause I know what we're meant to be. And I will not be the last to wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up and know there's gotta be more. When hope is scarce and failure blooms, I wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up and know there's gotta be more. to be.
Okay, and this next song is a song called I Am Because You Are. It comes from a South African word, Zulu word, called Ubuntu. And Ubuntu in its most simplest explanation or description is this belief that we're all connected, that that my humanity depends on your humanity, and that we cannot be humans in our own little pods, that we all need each other. And so I think it's a good reminder as you fight for those in the criminal justice system, to this reminder that they're just like us, like they're just human beings just like us, and they deserve dignity and still deserve to be treated like human beings. So this is I Am Because You Are.
I've been wondering, I've been trying to figure out who this brown skin girl is. I've been on a quest, I've been on a journey, trying to understand why on earth I am here. And I've discovered I am some of everybody I've met. Some have blessed me, some have cursed me, some have held me down, and others pushed me aside. And then there are those who sat beside me, we laughed and we cried. I've been pondering, I've been trying to find the thread, the invisible thread that binds us together. And I've discovered we are the same in our existence. Sometimes we're afraid, sometimes we are bold, sometimes we can fight, and other times we just run and run and run and run. And then there are days it feels like we're back on the playground again, defending our right to be here, defending our right to be here. I am 'cause you are, you are 'cause I am. So be kind to me, and I'll do the same for you. I am 'cause you are, you are 'cause I am. So be kind to me, and I'll do the same for you. We are because you are, because I am. Tuombe Mungu atupe amani, atupe upendo. We are because you are, because I am. Brothers and sisters, let us be mindful, let us be mindful, Lord. We are because you are, because I am. Tuombe Mungu atupe amani, atupe upendo. Tuombe Mungu, tuombe Mungu, tuombe Mungu, tuombe Mungu, tuombe Mungu, atupe amani, atupe upendo, fadhili, atupe amani, atupe upendo, fadhili, tuombe Mungu, tuombe Mungu, tuombe Mungu, hey, tuombe Mungu, tuombe Mungu, tuombe Mungu, hey, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, 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 oh, 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 hey. I am because you are because I am, because I am because you are because I am, because I am, oh, 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 hey, 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 oh, 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 hey, hey, hey.
Thank you again so much for your work, and I hope that you are blessed in everything that you do. Thank you.
There was a thing that I was just mentioning earlier, that in our family, where my mother always said, you're somebody, you're always somebody. She instilled that. And so it's been a situation that has brought us along. When I first came to Seattle, I came here in January of 1943.
One day, I heard a bird sing an old familiar song. One day, I heard a bird sing a song. It sang in such a familiar tone, as if it felt it were at home. So familiar it were as though it sang in a particular voice of someone I know. One day, I heard a bird sing an old familiar song. One day, I heard a bird sing a song. It sang in such a familiar key, it comforted my spirit and relaxed my soul, as if the song was made for me. One day, I heard a bird sing an old familiar song. One day, I heard a bird sing a song that has lasted throughout the years, of joy, of pain, of laughter and tears. A song of long suffering, of weakness, of strength, of failure, of withstanding and going the length, of siblings to friendship and all in between, of motherhood, of servitude, of princess and queen. One day, I heard a bird sing an old familiar song. One day, I heard an old bird sing an old familiar song. And the more I listened to her sing, I began to sing along. Her voice became even more familiar, and as I learned to chirp in key, I realized the song she sang was not only meant for me. It was a song she sang to teach us younger birds about our history, a song of love straight from the heart to pass her legacy. One day, I heard an old bird singing the old familiar song of life. Please continue to sing that old familiar song.
This is how I say, Asante, something.